So standard work sounds really awful. If you tell me, gee, would you like to have standard work? I'd be like, please, nothing standard and no work. If you say, do you want something awesome to do with your hobby and how to make life easier for you? Or do you want to have more time to be creative? Or you want to find a way to teach other people to do stuff? I'm like, yeah, I'm all in. So this idea of standard work and the definition was so offensive to me that I just didn't learn about it until later in life, and I'm ashamed to admit that, but it is the real truth. So standard work, what it is clearly saying there is a way, there is a best way, please follow that way. And the reason that we want to have it is so that we know when there's a problem. And if we know there's a problem, then we can do something about it. And if our mission is to grow people for a living, it's really nice for us to be able to say, here's a way that if you do it, it'll feel like dancing, it'll create value, and it's a loving act of giving somebody not only clear expectations, but a way to get there. So technically, standard work is made up of what is the content needed to do a step or a part of a job, what is the sequence those things need to go together in, how long should it take, what is the timing, and what is the expected outcome. So standard work would be for making a widget, would be what parts do I need, what is the assembly instruction along the way for that, how long should each step take, and then what does good look like. Leader standard work would be what is the activity that you do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to make sure that that value is created. And it'll look a little bit different, but you should also still have content, sequence, timing, outcome. So for example, every year I do an economic forecast as the president of Kaas Tailored. My content includes a lot of my research. It includes an application, it includes a summary statement. The sequence of work that I do is I research throughout the year and I put things in a certain place, and then I take at least 4 or 5 whacks at trying to figure out what it all means. It also includes checking in with other people who are doing this. The timing of it is I actually know approximately how many hours it takes me to do this every year. I do it in 2-hour chunks, and it technically takes 6 to 7 times at that. But I also know the deadline. So the outcome, which is the last part, is I deliver to my team a summary, some actions that I'd like for them to consider or that I'm actually directing them to do, all my research behind it, and I do that every year. And so standard work is really about getting the work done in such a consistent way that it can be trained to the next generation. So because I have leader standard work with my daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly habits, or something like an annual habit, I can actually teach my 15-year-old to participate in that work. That is by definition what we're trying to do with Kaizen. Change which is morally right is to build that foundation for the next generation so that they could do way more interesting things in the future.